Hello folks, my name is John Follis, and today I'm going to be starting a Let's Play series. Now, excuse me, I've never done a Let's Play series. I've done some Let's Plays, but they were singular episodes on my YouTube channel here. And first of all, go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to. And now hopefully my levels are set on my microphone, my mixer set. Actually, let me turn up the microphone just a, maybe, and I just have it. Okay, there we go. So, I'm using the Windows camera app on my phone because that's the best. I have the recording and playback set to the mixer, which is as its default USB audio device. I've got the webcam settings to in the middle. There's 19 different levels for the video, and I've got it set to number 10, kind of smack dab in the middle. So it's not going to be the best quality of video, unfortunately. And I don't have a light on in here. But I mean, I guess, you know, really isn't all about seeing my face perfectly. But what we're going to do today is we're going to be playing a game called The Vale, Shadow of the Crown. And it's an audio-only game. I bought this not too long ago. You can get it from fallingsquirrel.com. It's a small company, I believe, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's a small team of developers who got together, and they went through some obstacles through kind of the lockdowns stuff that went down in 2020. In 2021, they were able to get back together. So it's a small team of actors and whatnot, but it was a lot of beta testers, and a lot of people went to work on this game. There's some visuals. Now, I can't show those to you, but it's like I said, basically it's a audio-based game, and I really think I would do really well to really let this game explain itself to you, because it will, and I'll give my commentary. Okay, so let me go and okay, so I'm in the Vale folder. Like I said, I bought this game not too long ago, and you can get it from Steam or itch.io, ich.io, indie type games, I guess. And again, what I will do is I'll have a link to the Falling Squirrel website in the description below. Okay. So, here we are on the executable here. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter and load the game. And I'm using a PC, by the way. You can get this game for Xbox, believe it or not. Okay, here we go.
Falling Squirrel and Creative Bites Studios presents The Vale. Press the start button or spacebar to begin.
Okay, so here we are. So you can actually use a gamepad. Here, I'll hit the spacebar, and it'll just take you through all the settings here.
Main menu. Use arrow keys to cycle through the main menu options.
Okay. I turn my mic down just a little bit here. So, and sorry about the clicky keyboard. I have a mechanical keyboard. I do apologize about that. Like I said, I don't have the best setup for this. I live in a small apartment, so it's a little tricky here and whatnot. So here we are, and so let's go through the options here. Now, I've already played this game, so
Continue game.
you'll see continue game, but that doesn't
Press
really...
spacebar to select an option. Use arrow keys to cycle through options.
You'll notice this thing is a little too verbose, in my opinion. I think they could have done a little bit without that, honestly. Just say the menu prompt once, and then as you go through the items, it doesn't need to repeat the menu prompt or every time you recycle to another menu item. It shouldn't need to do that. But I've got continue game. That's if you were to continue a game in progress. I'm going to be starting a new game.
Start
new game. Starts a new game. Tutorials.
Game options.
Game options.
Game credits.
Game credits.
Quit game.
And quit game.
Press spacebar to select an option. Use arrow keys to cycle through options.
So the game, these are pretty self-explanatory here. Let's go through the tutorials here. I wonder what this does.
Game options.
Actually, before we do
Tutorial. Game options.
you could press Enter or space bar if you're using a keyboard.
Game options menu.
Let's go to game options.
Game difficulty settings. Press space bar to select
So you
this
can
option.
here's the game difficulty
Select
setting.
game difficulty. Casual setting.
Casual is the easiest.
Press normal setting.
Normal.
Hard
Hard.
setting.
I'm a cheapskate.
Normal. Casual.
I'm gonna set to casual.
Is set
Casual.
To casual. Game options. Game difficulty set. Game controls.
Game controls.
Sound settings. Game controls. Press space bar to game control.
Let's go in here real quick.
Controller vibration settings. Press
That's if you have a
spacebar
joystick,
to select this option.
you can turn the vibration
Use
on or
arrow
off.
key. Set game instructions to controller.
Set the game instructions to
Press
controller.
Set game instructions to keyboard.
Set them to keyboard.
Press review controller layout. Set game instruction is set to keyboard. Game option. Game difficulties. Game controls.
So every
Game
time you select an
control
option, it
options.
puts you back in the
Controller
previous menu.
vibration. Set game instructions
Set-
to control. Review keyboard layout. Keyboard layout. Use movement. When not engaged in
So you
melee
can go through these options
use
here.
WASD keys to move around. Use right and left arrow keys to turn on the spot. Hold the Alt key to move quietly.
Okay, yeah, so that's pretty useful. I mean, if I had to set the game instructions set to controller, it would be giving you controller instructions. Great if you have an Xbox type of controller. You probably want one with 2 joysticks on it, which most controllers do these days. I'm not so lucky to have a game controller, dang it. But that's okay, I can get by with a keyboard. But if you have a controller, you can use vibration, and if you're lucky, well, that can come in handy too. As I move these options, it will give you basically information about how to control a game.
Standard melee attack. Blocking. Standard melee attack. When engaged in melee combat, the arrow keys will control your weapon. Press the arrow keys in the direction of your target to swing.
So I'm not going to get too much into this. I'm going to hit Alt to back out.
Game control option. Control set game and review controller layout. Review keyboard layout. Game options.
Let's go back
menu.
to the previous menu.
Game difficulty. Sound settings.
Let's go to sound settings.
Sound settings. Use arrow key. Change master volume. Headset orientation test. Press spacebar to select change master volume.
So let's go
Use
here.
arrow keys to cycle through menu options. Press Alt key to return to previous
This is the
menu.
overall game volume.
100%. Press spacebar to select this option. Use arrow 80%, 100%, 80, 640, 680, 100%. Sound settings.
So it's set to 100%.
Use
That's
arrow
what I
keys
want.
to change headset orientation test.
Okay.
Press spacebar to select this option. Use
These
arrow
menus
keys
are
to
way
cycle
too verbose.
options.
It's not
Press
necessary.
Alt key to return to previous
Yeah,
menu.
I know. Okay, so headset orientation test. This is your speaker test. So if you got a good set of speakers, or they say headphones is recommended, especially because of the binaural audio. But you could probably get away with it on a good set of speakers if you wanted to, but you might be better off with a set of headphones. So I'm going to hit a space bar to do the speaker test.
Left speaker. Right speaker. Press Alt key to return to previous menu.
Okay, so you should have heard that, and if you heard it incorrectly, then you should adjust your speakers or headphones accordingly. So let's back out of the menu here.
Sound settings.
Let's go back.
Game options menu.
go back.
Main menu. Continue game. Start new game. Press space
Let's look at
bar
the
to
tutorials
select
here.
Tutorials. Tutorial menu. Use arrow keys to cycle through menu options. Press Alt key. Sword tutorial.
Sword tutorial,
Shield tutorial.
shield,
Heavy attack tutorial. Combo defense tutorial. Bow tutorial. Guard break defense tutorial. Bow, heavy shield sword tutorial. Press spacebar to
I wonder,
shield
honestly-
tutorial. Sword tutorial.
You
Game options. Game difficulty
Okay.
settings.
Wanted to see me, Uncle?
You?
Game options menu. Game. Sound. Quit game and return. Main menu. Continue game. Start new
Okay,
game.
so that kind of takes you through to some
Press
tutorials.
space
Sorry
bar
about
to
that.
select an option.
Be honest
Use
with you.
arrow keys to cycle through options.
You'll get these tutorials throughout the game as it sprinkles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and select a new game here, and we're gonna get started here.
Starting a new game will delete your current game. Press spacebar to continue. Alt key to cancel.
I do want to continue, so
Please select starting difficulty. Casual setting.
hit casual.
Press the game is set to casual.
Here we go. Now I'm gonna be quiet while this thing talks. Here we go.
The king is dead. It was not a hero's death. It was the slow death of an old man. But it gave him time to plot and fuss about his affairs. Enough time, in fact, to spare a rare thought towards his second-born. What to do with me? The blind girl he hid away in the keep. Would I be allowed to stand at my brother's side as he took his place on the throne? No. Even from the grave, my father would not allow me to burden the family. No less than 500 miles of barren heath and twisting vale would keep me from doing that. And now? Here I am, on the approach to my new home on the outskirts of the kingdom. I hear a river. Where are we, Uncle?
We're crossing now. You, Alex, are officially home.
Describe it for me.
I would think the smell of sheep would provide all you need to know.
You could have said something nice. Made something up.
Honesty is the greatest gift a princess could receive.
Then you spoil me, Uncle. Why would it be my father's dying wish to send me to the borderlands?
Your brother is king. Your father wanted you to have something of your own.
That's honesty. Even in death, father wanted his sightless daughter as far away as possible.
I wanted you to have something of your own. From one second-born to another, it's not an easy thing being in someone's shadow.
I like the shadows. You hear more honesty there.
You will make a wise lady, even out here in the borderlands.
I'll make some chieftain's son a disappointing wife.
You'll be just fine. As long as you can tell the difference between the men and the sheep.
Hold up! Hold! Hold! My lord,
What is it?
Odedan riders from the northwest.
How many?
An army, my lord.
Can we make the castle?
No, they're on us now. To arms! To arms!
Wait here, Alex.
Uncle? Uncle!
Whoa! Whoa! Alex! Alex! Are you okay?
Who's that?
It's your brother, Theo.
Theo, yes. What happened?
We were playing Blind Seeker. You fell down the stairs of the loft.
This always happens to me, doesn't it?
Because you're the only one who can't cheat. Everyone else peeks under the blindfold.
No. Rolf tricked me. He led me to the edge of the stairs.
Well, the little Ted is hiding by the mill wheel right now. I won't say anything to Father if you were to be careless with your cane as you search there.
Use WASD keys to walk around. Use right and left arrow keys to turn on the spot.
Okay, so here we are. All right. So that was the intro. That was kind of crazy. All right, so here we are. The game pretty much has explained itself. So we have a bunch of ambiances going around here, and if I turn with the arrow keys, I'm going to turn left. You'll be able to hear how the environment turns around, and it's got a bit of this binaural effect to it. Right now, the meal, you can hear the swishing of my feet, if you will. It's in front of me right now. But if I turn around, I'm going to turn it around so that now it's behind me. So it's got a bit of a binaural effect. So you really get that when you are using headphones. So, let me move up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do now is... Yeah, that's your brother Theo. So as you can see, you play as a blind warrior princess character. So I'm gonna use W to walk forward. W walks forward. S makes you walk backwards. A and D makes you sidestep left and right. Well, left and right turns you in the left and right directions respectfully, and you can hold these down too. So I'm gonna walk forward right now. My brother's walking. Your brother Theo is walking as well. Walking forward, walk. Like I said, I think this game has visuals, but you won't see them on my end.
He's right there.
Oh,
go ahead.
Here we
Swing.
go.
Press arrow keys in the direction you wish to swing.
So I'm going to hit the up arrow to swing forward.
Ow! Again, Alex.
Alex,
It's Uncle.
this game is over. Rolf will be wanted back in the kitchens.
Yes, my lord.
You may go too, Theo.
Yes, Uncle. Sorry, Alex.
I see you've found a new use for your cane.
What is my punishment?
If anyone should be punished, it's me. There are things I should have taught you years ago.
Like what?
I stand directly in front of you, and I want you to swing your cane at me.
You want me to hit you?
Yes, my punishment. Your first lesson.
Press arrow keys in the direction you wish to swing.
Swing at me, now.
So, so to swing to your left, you use the left arrow. Swing to the right, you use the right arrow. And if you want to swing forward, you hit the up arrow. So I'm going to hit up arrow right now to swing in front of me.
Excellent. Now, when I move, your head will remain facing forward as to conceal your level of awareness from your enemy.
Right.
My enemy?
Listen.
Okay.
Now swing at me again.
And he's moved to my left. I can hear his footsteps. And his voice is off to my left. So I'm going to hit the left arrow.
Very good. Now, I'm moving to stand directly in front of you again. I want you to swing as many times as you can, as fast as you can.
Yep, so I'm going to do that and watch what happens.
Faster. That's good. Know your limit.
Yep.
You want to be selective with your strikes.
You will be limited to only a few consecutive strikes before you must pause to catch your breath.
An exhausted fighter is a dead fighter.
Yep.
And what do you think is the first rule of combat?
Don't die.
Don't die?
Exactly.
Precisely.
Yep.
Hello? Uncle? The carriage. It must have overturned. It's night. How long have I been out? I need water. I'll have to get to the river.
Okay. So, what you'll notice is you'll get little tutorial sprinkles of tutorial and training moments throughout this game here and there. It doesn't matter what difficulty level you play on. But so we're just gonna walk around here. We're in the middle of nowhere, in the kind of middle of the night, in some land here, and there's a river. I can hear where the water is. So, she needs to get some water, she says. So I'm gonna turn towards where I hear the water. Okay, now I'm gonna walk forward.
Uncle? Hello? Don't be stupid, Alex. Who's to say you'll find a friendly answer? Ah, wolves.
Oh, great.
That's reassuring.
Yeah. Walking towards the river.
Whoa. Oh,
Uh-oh.
a body.
Oh, great.
Soldier. Fur-lined tunic.
Mm-hmm.
He's not one of ours. Perhaps Uncle made it out okay. Let's see here. Yes. A sword. Rusted. Broken. Better than nothing. And a scabbard. You'll have to do for now.
You have gained a Tier 1 sword. The tab key will bring up the character menu, where you can review equipment, coin, and travel options.
Let's do that right now. I'm gonna hit tab.
Character menu. Use arrow keys to cycle through menu options.
Okay, so here we are. We're in the character menu. So
Equipment.
you got equipment menu,
Coin and salvage.
coin and salvage,
Resume game.
resume game.
Press spacebar to select
Again,
an
these
option.
menu prompts are a
Use
little bit
arrow
too
keys to
verbose in my
cycle through
opinion.
options.
So if I hit
Coin and salvage.
fight space,
You have 0 copper. Character menu.
so I've got no money right now.
Use equipment.
So if I hit the space bar on equipment,
Use arrow keys to cycle equipment.
by the way, you can hit
Alt
enter as well.
To return to character menu. Broken sword. Traveling
So as I go
clothes.
through these, you'll hear
Broken
what they say.
sword.
It says
Travel
here.
broken sword. Press spacebar to review item stats.
So broken sword is what I'm carrying.
Traveling clothes.
Traveling clothes.
Press spacebar
That's my armor.
to review item stats.
And I don't have a shield at this point.
Broken sword. Press spacebar to review item stats.
Again, you could enter as well.
Use arrow keys to cycle item stats. Alt key to return to equipment.
Alright, so let's go through these here.
Item quality. Tier 1 sword.
I have to keep going.
Critical chance bonus. 10%. Heavy attack critical chance bonus. 20%. Critical damage multiplier. 3.
So these are just little attributes of your weapon that will tell you how good it is, how bad it is. This weapon is your very first weapon. It's not all that great. Obviously, as you progress more of the game, you'll get more money, and you will, as you go on more quests in the game, you will get more, you can go get better weapons and better armor, shields, etc.
Heavy attack critical damage multiplier. 3. Heavy attack guard break chance. 40%. Attack speed. Medium. Endurance recovery. Medium. Coin value. 0 copper.
So obviously this weapon is not very good at all, but it's useful for a start. I'm going to hit Alt to back out. I wonder if I can hit Escape as well. Nope.
Use arrow key. Broken sword. Traveling clothes.
Let's go look at,
Press
at your
spacebar.
clothes.
Use arrow key. Item quality. Tier 0 light armor.
Yeah.
Take critical damage chance. 70%. Damage reduction against blade. 0%. Damage reduction against impact weapon. 0%.
Apologize. One moment, please. I apologize. That was my phone going off. That's my fault. Okay.
Noise radius. Small.
Okay. Noise radius. That's actually kind of important. Basically, it determines how if it's a larger radius, does it make noise when you walk? And if so, it means enemies can hear you better, and that means you might be in danger of being spotted. But sometimes that could work to your advantage, I think.
Attack speed reduction. None. Attack stamina drain. None. Coin value. 0 copper.
So obviously these are just your basic clothes. It's not very good.
Use arrow, broken sword, traveling.
Let's go back.
Character menu.
All right. Now let's go back doing what we're supposed to do. Let's go back to the river. I know that this is kind of a little slow, but this is a basic. I like to think of it as the first part as a basic getting started, with basic navigation skills and how to battle and whatnot, and all the basics of getting ready to play the game. So this obviously will be broken up into parts and whatnot, etc. Okay, let's go to the river, which is because she wants to get some water here.
Yes.
Oh, made it. Get a drink.
I don't think I've ever been so thirsty. Who's there? Uncle?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Not Uncle. You like sticks? Go get it.
Uh-oh.
Got a
Wolves.
heavy one here now. Fair warning, you're getting this one in the muzzle.
Alright, here we go. We got wolves coming after us. Alright, off to my right. We have another wolf coming off to my right.
Well, I
Alright.
won't be sleeping tonight. What do I do, Uncle? What would Theo do? I suppose a king wouldn't find himself alone 500 miles from his home. 500 miles. I suppose I start walking. All roads lead east, they say. Unless you're walking in the exact wrong direction. Talking to yourself like a madwoman. Who's there? Friend or foe?
Depends. Are you with the Odedan horde?
No. I have no money.
I'm not out to rob you.
You're limping. You're injured.
You're blind, but perceptive.
Friend or foe?
You're highborn. You're not from the borderlands.
And you?
A shepherd
Where's your flock?
in the bellies of barbarians.
We are not foes, then.
It would appear not.
I hear men approaching. Are they the King's Guard?
Afraid not, girl. This is where we part ways. Good luck.
Wait!
Well, what do we have here?
Looks like a shiny prize.
More enemies, huh?
Don't suppose she's the one the general's looking for.
Okay. Stay calm. Think, Alex.
Oh, another tutorial moment.
You wanted to see me, Uncle?
You are going to learn how to use a sword today.
My father wants me to learn how to use a sword.
In truth, no, he does not. However, a princess and future protector of the realm need first be able to protect herself.
Wouldn't that be my brother's job? Protector of the realm.
Firstborns get killed every day, girl. You're going to learn this. Here, take this sword. Grip it. Firmly. You know I've never cared that you're blind. And our enemies will not care about that either when they set out to kill you. Now, I want you to swing your sword at me. Don't worry, the blade is not sharp.
Press arrow keys in the direction you wish to swing.
Okay, here we go. We hit up arrow to swing forward.
Excellent. As you can hear, your attacks are easy for me to parry as long as I'm not trying to do something else.
Yup.
Something else? Like what?
Like hitting you.
That hurt!
Now, if you don't want that to happen again, you're going to have to hit me first. And if you're quick enough, I won't be able to parry.
Exactly.
Are you ready?
I suppose?
Listen for sounds that lead into my swing. My armor, the shift of my weight, and swing the second you hear it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Very good. One more time. Excellent. Now, shall we play a little game?
No?
Strike me 3 times and you win.
All right.
3 different times.
Oh, and I'm going to move around this time.
Exactly. He's off to my left. Hit left arrow.
Very good.
He's moving right in front of me.
Ah!
I just hit the up arrow.
Excellent. Very good. That's 3 for you, niece. Well done. I know you think you don't need to learn this, but our enemies are unyielding and they show no mercy. Not for the young, nor the old, nor the blind. I want you to be strong. Even stronger than your brother, because no one knows what the future might hold for you.
All right, Uncle.
Flashing forward, back into reality. Yep, here we go. Alright. Now back on the in reality here. Look at
What are
these.
you staring at?
Stay
Oh,
back,
here we go.
or I'll start swinging.
Where's the other half of your sword?
What are you waiting for?
I think she is blind.
And that should make it easy for you.
We'll see about that.
Oh, she got you good. Ah, hell, I'll do it myself.
Good luck. Oops.
You will regret resisting us.
I attacked. I got him. I think I attacked a little too early.
Girl,
Is that the shepherd?
yes. Take my hand before more arrive.
Where are you taking me?
Safety. I have a camp nearby.
Sometimes the game audio cuts out just a little bit when it's changing scenes. It's kind of annoying. It is what it is.
Sorry, girl, for running off.
Okay.
What's a lame shepherd going to do against practiced killers?
I suppose I should thank you for coming back.
I suppose you're welcome.
I need to get back to the capital. To my brother.
The capital. What are you doing out here? Merchant family?
My family is very wealthy. There would be a reward if I was escorted back safely.
Escort a blind girl 500 miles down a treacherous valley in the wake of an invading horde. Not sure what reward would be worth that.
What would you do with me then?
Teach you to tend sheep? Get your pretty hands dirty.
You could buy 1,000 sheep with the reward my family could provide.
1,000? Huh. Must be some family you have. Or you don't know the price of sheep. Do you have a name?
Alex.
Alex. I am Abd al-Rashid. Call me Shepherd if you like.
Okay. Shepherd.
Getting you home, Alex, will depend on where the Odedin are headed, how well I can heal up, and who we can find to help us on the way.
My uncle and I were traveling with a guard when we were attacked. They may still be around.
If that horde set upon them, they would have been killed.
I'm still here.
Then you were not worth the trouble. Get some rest. It will be safer to travel later at night. I suppose you're indifferent to the dark.
Thank you, Shepherd.
Don't thank me yet, sheep. The valley home is long and winding. It conceals more than just barbarians.
Our enemies are
Another flashback.
Alex, pay attention.
Yes, Uncle.
Now, as a blind fighter, you will be well served to have a shield. Now take it here with your left hand,
It's heavy.
as it should be. Now, this time, when I swing at you, I want you to raise your shield.
Press and hold A, W, or D keys to raise your shield in the direction of your target.
Are you ready?
Sure.
All right.
Raise your shield.
I'm going to hit W because he's in front of me.
Excellent.
It's
Now.
most time.
Right after you block my attack, you will have a split second to counterattack. It's a more defensive way to fight. Give it a try.
All right.
Block my attack and immediately counterattack.
Okay.
Press A, W, or D keys to hold your shield in the direction of your target. After blocking your opponent, press the right, left, or up arrow key to counterattack.
All right. I'm going to hold down W because he's moving to my right. So I'm going to hold down D. You want to hold down the shield key. And then...
Very good. Another game then. Defeat me any way you want. Attack as I swing, or block and counterattack. On guard, girl.
Okay, so I'm going to go and try...
Once again. Well done, niece.
Now we flash back to... flash forward to reality, I should say.
Alex, wake up.
What is it?
Odedin. They've set up camp on the ridge above us. We have to get moving. Follow me. This way.
Okay.
Over here.
Character menu. Use arrow keys to cycle through menu options.
So, basically what I was doing there, I was using my left hand on the keyboard to swing a shield, to raise the shield. W raises it forward, A raises it to the left, D raises it to the right. And when you use your shield, the key is not to just press the button only. You want to hold it down until you hear it being impacted, like the or the little thumps that it makes. And then and different shields are going to make different sounds. Some of the higher shields will almost sound like a big old frying pan or cookie sheet being smacked or something like that. Maybe not exactly a cookie sheet or frying pan. That may not be a great description. So what I did is I held down the shield button. For example, if he was in front of me, I would hold down W until I heard the shield being impacted. Then I instantly let go of it, and then simultaneously, within a split second, hit the up arrow with my right hand to smack him. If he was to my right, what I would do is I would hold the D key down to raise the shield to the right until I heard it being impacted, and then let go of it, and then instantly hit the right arrow to smack him. And likewise, if he was to my left, I'd hold down A to raise the shield to the left until I heard it impacted, and then let go and hit the left arrow to attack him. That's basically how, in a nutshell, how it works. So now we're back to reality here, and I'm trying to follow this shepherd. So let's go ahead and walk. Turn a little bit here.
This way.
Okay, he's...
Over here.
Okay, I hear you, buddy.
It's a raiding party. They
Raiding.
supply the horde as it moves. I'm
Uh-huh.
afraid this won't be the last one we run into.
What do you see?
About 10 warriors, in small groups around the clearing. No room to get around. There's no central fire. They probably don't like each other much.
I'll need a shield.
What are you going to do with that?
Use it if I have to.
For now, I'll try to draw them away. You stay here.
Wait!
I'll come back for you.
My uncle promised me the same thing.
I'm a cunning shepherd. I won't get caught. Son of a dog. What was that?
What do we have here?
No! Wait!
Fortune shines upon us.
It's the royal brat.
We have our orders. Kill her and bring her to the general.
No!
Oh crap.
Alex, are you listening?
What?
You were off somewhere. I said, I'll draw them away. You wait here.
No. It's not going to work.
How would you know that?
I just do. It's too dark. We'll move together. I'll lead.
All right. We'll need to get to the river.
Alright, so I guess that was supposed to happen as part of the scene. So I can try to hear where the water is.
Hey, look what I found.
What is this?
Oh,
The shield you requested.
Is this a barrel lid?
It suits you. Now keep moving.
You
alright.
have gained a Tier 1 shield. Character menu. Equipment. Broken sword. Traveling cloak. Broken sword. Barrel lid shield.
So here's our new item here. Let's look at this here.
Use arrow keys to cycle item stats. Alt key to return to equipment. Barrel lid shield. Traveling cloak. Attack stamina drain. Broken sword. Attack speed reduction. None.
Huh, what the heck?
Character item quad. Take critical damage chance. 70%.
Alright, so this thing is a little
Character
weird
menu.
here.
Use arrow equipment. Use arrow broken sword. Traveling clothes. Barrel lid shield. Use arrow keys
All
to
right.
cycle item stats.
Let's look at this here.
Item quality. Tier 1 shield. Guard break chance reduction. 0%.
So this is not a very great item, but it's your first one. You know, everybody starts out somewhere.
Guard break damage reduction. 0%. Block speed. Slow. Coin value. 0 copper.
Alright.
Use arrow character menu.
Alright, let's go go to the waiver here.
Need direction?
Oh, here we go. We got enemies. Here we go. Oh, that was stupid. I didn't block. He was off to my right. All right. Let's continue walking here.
Are you there, Shepherd?
Yes. I think we're clear of the camp. Damn it. A patrol.
Hey, you there. Who are you?
Stay calm, Alex. Let me talk.
Look at me.
My sister and I were just returning home from treating lepers outside Bolt Keep.
Lepers, you say? Bring the torch.
Bring the torch!
Sorry, Alex. We'll have to run.
Or fight?
All right, time for battle.
The missing princess.
I'll tell the others.
And share the glory? I don't think so. Give up, girl.
You really know how to use a barrel lid.
I have my uncle to thank for that.
We have to keep moving downriver. I need to find a settlement. Somewhere to heal up.
Lead the way, Shepard.
All right.
Do you know this village?
It's called Braga. But that's all I know. I've never been this far east.
Describe it for me.
Well, it looks like a village. Too small and out of the way for the horde to bother with. There's a smith, some cellars, an inn.
Your leg. You going to be all right?
Not without clean dressings and herbals.
I don't have any money.
You'll have to sell something. Your clothes, maybe.
My clothes?
Your fancy cloak must be worth something, and you'll draw less attention without it. Have a look around. I'll be at home here with the animals.
Character menu. Use arrow keys to cycle through menu options.
Okay, so this will conclude part 1. This will conclude part 1, and so we just landed in our first village, or I should say, I'd like to call it our first town, if you will. Actually, I don't know if I'd call the first part a town, if you will, because we were kind of, it seems like we were in the middle of nowhere. I'll try my best to have whatever it was in the description. I've got a list of the maps in a file. So that is our first part. So next time when we come back, we will start taking on tasks in this first village that we're in, this first town. So, and you will notice I do my best to do most everything in these parts. There's many ways to play this game, and there's a few possible outcomes. So the choice will be yours to make through out these tasks and these quests, if you will. But basically, I hope I've given you enough information for the start of this game on how to play it. And it was hard to give a bit of my commentary because the game does a lot of that for you, it seems like. So you kind of get the idea of what is going on. I think it explains way better than I can. But hopefully I was able to give you some tips on how to play on and especially how to do the combat and whatnot, and be a little bit of the navigation. So you're just learning basic navigation skills and how to combat. But now this is the part where we start to take on tasks and quests, etc. So this concludes part 1 of the Vale Shadow of the Crown. Tune in next time for part 2.